My hair. My hair. Dapper Dan, man.
Feeling smooth.
All right, here we go. This is it, first time.
Are we on? Is it live?
It's recorded, but it's as close to live as we get.
Is that my tripod?
That's your tripod.
That's pretty
All
good.
3 legs of it.
It's pretty slick.
It's holding up the camera. Yep. Tucker time.
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight?
Okay, over in this corner.
What are we going to talk about tonight?
Well, it's a momentous day or era.
The hell's on your head?
You just noticed this? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll lose the glasses.
Are you going to do something you don't want anybody to know? Should I have a mask?
I was trying to be incognito.
Well, you're more neato than cog.
Anyway, here we are. This is the first experimental presentation of Tucker Time. And we're going to talk about what's happening in the world today.
God.
You've been watching TV, tell me.
There's a lot of stuff going on, man. Alan Thicke passed away. I knew him. I met him.
I remember that. Tell that
I
story
spent a
there,
day-
Scotty.
Okay. You want to know the story?
Whole story.
Let me tell the whole story.
I kind of know parts of it because I was kind of there.
All right. It was 1984. You remember 1984?
That was before Reagan or in the middle of Reagan?
That was mid-Reagan.
No, it was George Orwell.
Where were you?
Has been ever since.
Where were you
Really
in
has.
1984?
1984. I was out in the Rocky Mountains playing hippie Taoist.
I think that was the year of the World's Fair, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I sent you stuff to
Hey,
sell.
let's tell that story instead. That's a great story because there's parts of it I don't know. All right, so the World's Fair is in 1984. I don't know if they had a World's Fair after that or if they talked about it like it was a World's Fair.
I don't know if you have to pay someone for the rights to call your event a World's Fair. Does anybody own that? I mean, they own the Olympics. You can't call nothing Olympics without getting their blessing.
There was a time when the World's Fair was very special. It was where scientific achievements were heralded. It was where they would build structures that would live well after the fair. I mean, it was really a World's Fair, and it was like the greatest thing until it came to New Orleans. And I don't know what happened there. I don't know. It wasn't like the World's Fair, like the way. And maybe it's because I'd never been to a World's Fair. Maybe I thought it was bigger in my mind.
Did you ever actually go into the World's Fair? Because my side of this story, he's down here on the Gulf Coast, basically a suburb of New Orleans in many people's minds. But I'm off in the Rocky Mountains there in at the base of Pikes Peak in Manitou Springs, hanging out with artists and craftspeople. And
Never been there.
that's so weird. You really haven't ever been to Manitou, have
See,
you?
now it's all coming out.
Yeah.
That's right. I went to a place called Still Point, and that was not Manitou Springs.
That's right. That was the other side of the coin you never flipped to. Anyway, but I was there with all the hippies and the artists, and they had like these great feathered masks that they figured would sell at the World's Fair in New Orleans. And so we somehow got a booth not in the World's Fair,
Nope.
but at the flea market kind of near the World's Fair.
Sort of.
Sort of.
It wasn't
Take
just,
it from there.
It wasn't just masks either. You had pottery. Wasn't there pottery?
Oh, I had Marty Yaslowitz little dragon candles, didn't
You had stuff.
Those were good.
Yeah, I think you had some other pottery like mugs.
Yeah.
And stuff. And
But I shipped all that stuff down to you.
yeah, and lots of masks. And I had a friend that The only thing we had in common was throwing frisbee, and he made frisbee clocks. Okay? So you got feather masks, frisbee clocks, and coffee mugs. How can you go wrong with something like that? I'll tell you. When you get the pitch for come and be at this, what do they call them? Flea market. Flea market at the World's Fair. Not in the World's Fair. At the World's Fair. And so they give you a map and they say, here's the entrance to the Great World's Fair. And just a mere 2 blocks down, you'll be located right near the entrance. Looks good on a map, you know, but it didn't work out. First of all, a lot of people lost a lot of money at the 1984 World's Fair. Okay? We were one of them. It was actually, like I said, 2 blocks off of the entrance, and so no one came there. No, why wouldn't they go there? Oh, let's go see the fenced area that keeps us out of the World's Fair rather than the gate. And so, how long was it? A week? God, it seemed like a long time, man. It seemed like we had this buddy, Dan Smith. God bless him. I don't know where he is, but he was a kindred spirit, as they say. And he and I in a Chevy van, would load up this stuff and we'd go to New Orleans. And Jim was back up in Colorado going, hello? Hello? How's it going?
This was before cell phones.
This is before anything. This is before running water. It was just, oh God, a Chevy van, okay? And there was one time we were on our way there, and you gotta get there on time, you gotta get there on time. And we had a flat tire out of Slidell. And we're sitting on the side of the road. This was before cell phones and running water. And we're sitting there, and we're just all over. And then this guy just stops. And he gets out, and he's an auto mechanic. And he has a patch, just like where it says Ken, you know? It says Theorist. This is a Greek god. Came down, and what does he do? He changes our tire. We're on our way. It's like we couldn't change our own friggin' tire. It was just like we were hopeless. It was bad. It was bad. And that was one of the high points. So, you know, we make sure we get there on time to get there for absolutely nothing to happen. And I mean, I'm serious. No one came. And you've got all of these flea market people. And they're all sitting there. And they're all looking around at each other. We're talking about for days, man. And I think the whole thing started on a Monday. And by Thursday, the dude that had held the flea market, he was this big dude with a big red beard and a big hat. Not a good old boy hat, but a weird ass jingly hat, you know? He thought he was something. I guess maybe he was in New Orleans. He reeked in New Orleans. But by Thursday, he was like calling up jazz musicians to try to start a parade to get people out of the line 2 blocks away to get them to come down to the flea market just so somebody would come in there. But they didn't, and oh, that was so bad. And so it's like Friday, it was the apology tour. He was going around, I'm so sorry. And like, we got all Jim's crap. Jim sent all this crap down from Colorado. And so like, he's representing the artist. And the artist is like, so how's it going, Jim? You know? And he's like, hamana. And so it was just a disaster. And earlier in the week, like on Tuesday, we started getting into this habit that we said, you know, we ought to pack a lot of booze for him. And so that's what we started doing. After 2 rough days, we would start going home, sipping on the booze. Get a little bit earlier every day, you know, like we'd have some on the way home. This is before drinking and driving was bad. So, you're going to keep that in mind. This is a long time ago. No internet either, so forget about it. So, by Friday, we're just like, we start drinking at noon, you know, as soon as we get there. You know, it's like, it's over. It's all over. And then there were a couple of guys there that were workers or something, somehow. You start drinking at noon, you get foggy. But they want to ride back to the coast, you know. And so they were in the back of the van, and so we're leaving the World's Fair area by the riverfront, and we're going to try to go uptown to get to the interstate. and we stop at a light just 2 blocks off of the World's Fair. And we're sitting there at a light, and we're like playing music and shit, and just sitting there, and we're full of booze farm, you know. And right in front of the van, as we're sitting at the red light, comes walking Dick Cavett. And I said, oh my God. I said, hey everybody, I turned down the music. It's David Cavett. I said, who? David Cavett. And I said, hey David, hey David. As he's walking by, David, and we all start yelling, saying, David, David. And finally he stops, and he doesn't turn around, but the dude that was with him, it's this tall white guy with balding head, he turns around and I said, oh no, it's not David, it's Dick. And we all start going, Dick, 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 you, Dick, Dick, Dick. And that's, I met Dick Cavett. We're not going to tell the Alan Thicke story this time.
It's actually a good story.
That's a good story. Well, they're all good stories, Jim. Come on, man.
Anyway, well, thanks for sharing that, Scott. That's an interesting foray into our checkered past. And thanks for joining us here on this what is it pre-to? It's probably pre-2017 and like kind of in the midst of the 2016 winter solstice somehow.
What are you talking about?
This moment now that is not now there, because there is a recording, but it is a now.
Nobody's going to see this.
You don't think so? Don't ever say anything in front of a camera that you don't expect to be seen.
That's it, folks. Good night.
Good night.
That was great.